Okay, we're going to make a really simple 2-egg pasta here. I'm just going to really eyeball it. I'm doing it in the mixer, so it's not going to require any kneading. I'm going to make the pasta first, because it's going to need to rest for a good half an hour before we roll it out. So I've got really good bread flour here. We get this from our local store, from Wegmans. So we're using this not only to make our sourdough, but we use it to make our pasta. So I've just put 2 half cups of flour in there. I'm going to add 2 eggs. These come from a local farm just down the road. A splash of olive oil, and then we're going to let the blades do the work. It will look almost like couscous, but if I take that and squeeze it together, you'll see it makes a really lovely pasta dough. So look for the couscous texture. Give it a bit more of a whiz so it's fully combined. Then I'm going to take that off, move the mixer to one side. I'm just going to get myself some plastic wrap. Now, by doing it this method, like I said, it's no knead. And by wrapping it in the plastic wrap, you can get it nice and tight, and that will combine all the pasta together. And the reason we're going to rest it, anything that you're making out of flour, need a good half an hour to rest. That's allowing for all those flour molecules to become properly hydrated with the liquid, in this case, the egg yolk. Look at that beautiful yellow colour from the farm fresh eggs. So we're just going to tap that out, go off the blade. And again, if you look at it now, it does not look like pasta. It looks like a couscous. I'm going to leave that wrapped up. I'm just going to pop that into the fridge. So we're going to stuff this ravioli with our leftovers today. And this was chicken that we braised yesterday, really to make a broth for our daughter. She just had her wisdom teeth out, and so we wanted to make a delicious broth for her. So I used chicken legs that we get from our local farm, Woods Farm. And after they were braised, I just took that chicken, packed it into a block, and popped it in the fridge under a little bit of weight. And we used half of it, made a beautiful little chicken sandwich. And we're going to use the rest of it today. So that's going to go into the food processor. I'm just going to break it up a little bit, pop that in there. And we're going to combine it with some eggplant. Now, this eggplant we grew over the summer. We then packed it into jars and simply added olive oil. And it is really, really delicious. Very traditional way of preserving things to make a fat cap over the top, which the olive oil has done. We do keep it refrigerated after it's made. And I'm also going to add a little seasoning at this stage. So we're going to add some parsley flakes. Now, these parsley flakes were also made from parsley grown in our garden and dehydrated, a trick that we found using our air fryer. And even just taking that lid off now, you can smell the parsley, unlike the stuff that probably sat in the supermarket on the shelf for weeks. It's going to add a little bit of seasoning, a little bit of salt, a little white pepper. I'm just going to blitz this. Okay, so we've got the pasta out of the fridge. Just going to open that out. Some tools here to help me when we come to make the ravioli. Half of it. Keep the other half just wrapped up. It will stop it from drying out. And I'm just going to press it down so that it will fit through the roller on its largest setting. Start with the roller on the KitchenAid. space between each scoop so that there's room for the pasta to stretch and to stick, which you'll see in a second. Gently push it down and making sure that it is sticking on all sides. And by doing it gently, you can also just make sure you don't get too much air in there, because if you have too much air, once it hits the boiling water, there's potential of them splitting open, and that is not what we want.